Language Foundations Vocabulary Flashcards, helping you achieve understanding.
Someone who pays rent to use land or a building or a car that is owned by someone else. The landlord can evict a tenant who doesn't pay the rent. A holder of buildings or lands by any kind of title, as ownership or lease. Any occupant who dwells in a place. Occupy as a tenant. Someone who pays rent to use land or a building or a car that is owned by someone else. An owner of property who receives payment for its use by another person. A person who pays money for something. A person who pays money for something. The person who is in possession of a check or note or bond or document of title that is endorsed to him or to whoever holds it. A holding device. A towel holder. A person who holds something. Someone who lives at a particular place for a prolonged period or who was born there. Used of animals that do not migrate. A physician, especially an intern, who lives in a hospital and cares for hospitalized patients under the supervision of the medical staff of the hospital. The resident was receiving special clinical training at the hospital. Someone who lives at a particular place for a prolonged period or who was born there. Living in a particular place. Resident aliens. Someone who lives at a particular place for a prolonged period or who was born there. A member of a military force who is residing in a conquered foreign country. Actually being performed at the time of hearing or viewing. A live television program. Have life, be alive. My grandfather lived until the end of war. Capable of erupting. A live volcano. Possessing life. The happiest person alive. Elastic. Rebounds readily. A lively tennis ball. Be an inhabitant of or reside in. People lived in Africa millions of years ago. Support oneself. Can you live on $2,000 a month in New York City? Continue to live and avoid dying. The race car driver lived through several very serious accidents. Charged or energized with electricity. A live wire. Have first-hand knowledge of states, situations, emotions, or sensations. I have lived a kind of hell when I was a drug addict. Abounding with life and energy. The club members are a really live bunch. Charged with an explosive. Live ammunition. Exerting force or containing energy. Live coals. Highly reverberant. A live concert hall. In current use or ready for use. Live copy is ready to be set in type or already set but not yet proofread. Lead a certain kind of life. Live in a certain style. We had to live frugally after the war. Of current relevance. A live issue. Pursue a positive and satisfying existence. You must accept yourself and others if you really want to live. Be an inhabitant of or reside in. Fill with inhabitants. Populate the forest with deer and wild boar for hunting. Exist or be situated within. Be an inhabitant of or reside in. This kind of fish dwells near the bottom of the ocean. Think moodily or anxiously about something. Originate, in. The problems dwell in the social injustices in this country. Come back to. Don't dwell on the past. Exist or be situated within. Strange notions inhabited her mind. Be an inhabitant of or reside in. The people inhabited the islands that are now deserted. Be present in. Sweet memories inhabit this house. A tenant in someone's house. A tenant in someone's house. A pupil who lives at school during term time. Someone who forces their way aboard ship. Stand by to repel boarders. A tenant in someone's house. A tenant who holds a lease. A tenant who holds a lease. A farmer who works land owned by someone else. One of two or more tenants holding title to the same property. A tenant whose legal right to retain possession of buildings or lands lasts as long as they, or some other person, live.
Become our student and get access to effective and free educational materials. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to become a part of our growing YouTube community and to learn English effectively.